Hey, this your girl, msyelladiva. I am bringing you another episode of The Shy. See, oh, matter of fact, it's the last episode of The Shy. This is the season finale. Season 7, episode 12, The Rebirth. Well, they have been renewed for a 8th season, and apparently this is the longest running black drama ever because they beat out Soul Food. Because I don't know, I think Soul Food had 6 seasons. I don't even think it lasted 7 seasons. But whatever the case may be, this is the longest running black drama ever. So congratulations. Let's give them some claps. Let's give them some claps. Yeah, yeah. All right now. Anyway, if you are new here, welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. We do reviews here, okay? That's pretty much all we do. All right? We'll figure out some other stuff later, but that's all we do here right now. Anyway, if you're returning, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay. Give me a thumbs up, like and share and comment and subscribe to my channel, and we will begin. All right, at the beginning of the episode, Reg gets arrested for breaking in somebody's house, and Candace um text Alicia, even though she thought she was Terry, she texts Alicia, and so Alicia texts to Detective Toussaint, and so Reg is foiled again. Okay, so so Candace is outside waiting in the car when she watches Reg being arrested. So she called Keith, and so Keith was like, What is going on? She said, I fucked up. I fucked up. And so she was like, listen, he wanted me to watch because he ain't trust nobody, and he just wanted me to sit out here and watch. And I called Alicia, well, I called Terry because I was scared. And then Keith was like, why y'all niggas so dumb? Why y'all niggas so dumb? Okay. But my question is, what happened to Jackie? What happened to Jackie? I ain't seen Jackie since like the couple episodes. She was on in a couple episodes. She was the shooter, and we don't see no more parts of Jackie. But anyway, so he said, well, Keith was like, well, where his stash at? We got to bail him out. So she told him where the stash is, and so they bailed him out. So then Tiff go into labor, her water break at the cigar lounge. So Victor trying to take her to the hospital. She said, "No, I got to go home because I got to get my bag and I got to get up the picture, Rob's picture." So she got to go home and get the bag and Rob's picture. So meanwhile, Keisha, of course, going to labor too. Okay, because they gotta have these twins. Okay, they gotta have these twins. So she going to labor, and so but she calm about it. She calm. Okay, but Emmett all over the place, and she was like, "No, we gotta get a calm." So she gonna have a water birth. And so they call over the Duda and all that other stuff. So she up in the water because she got to have a water birth. Meanwhile, Jada is transitioning, okay, to the upper room, okay, okay. Jada is transitioning, okay, but she said I ain't going nowhere until I see my grandbaby. So, yeah. But anyway, Bakari is typing away at his book. Okay, he is typing away like he Langston Hughes or James Baldwin. He was getting it. Okay, now mind you, Nuck is smashing some girl in the bedroom. Okay, and then all of a sudden, Rosalind got a gun and said, "Did you kill Duda?" so, so he look up. Girl was like and Rosalind tell her that you need to go somewhere. You need to go somewhere. So she got the gun talking about, "Did you kill Duda?" Cause she said, cause he wrote me a letter, and she said, whoever killed me, I got to kill him. And so he was like, no, it was Alicia. He said Bianca lured him to the cigar bar where Alicia was, and then she said, so Alicia got killed him. And so she was, and then Rosalind put the gun out. He was like, I never trusted that bitch. And so Nuck was like, which one? And she said both. I said, I know that's right. Both. Both of them bitches, Bianca and Alicia. I ain't care neither one of them hoes. Okay. I got you, Candy. I got you. I got you. So Bakari is on the couch sleeping, and so he made. Now, mind you, he passed. So Rosalind passed Bakari on the couch sleeping. He had his headphones on. Okay, so he ain't hear no parts of Rosalind going there. Okay, so when Nuck come back out, he was like, "What you doing?" Embarrassing. Okay, he was like, I was asleep on the couch. Okay, and they had my headphones on. Okay. Embarrassing. Close it. He was like, "You supposed to be watching my back. You supposed to protect me." He was like, so embarrassing. Okay, yeah. So Alicia told Detective Toussaint that congratulations because she arrested Nuck. No, she arrested Reg. And so Detective Toussaint said, well, congratulations to you too. She said, no, because I won't be satisfied until Nuck is there. And so Detective Toussaint was like, well, good luck with that. And she was like, what you mean? You supposed to drop him at my doorstep. She was like, no, I can't, I can't kill a confidential informant, whatever. And so she was like, cause that'll look bad, on me. She was like, Alicia was like, well, trading one convict for another looks bad on your record too. She was like, well, my son is innocent. And she said, and Alicia said, yeah, Rob was too. I know that's right. I know that's right. Okay. Okay. Rob was too. Yes, he was. Okay. So, anyway, so Tracy tells Jada when she comes over, when she transitioned, and she said she was going to leave. Chicago. Yeah, because you don't have no storyline back. Okay, so she was going to leave Chicago. But Darnell takes Jada over to Emmett and Keisha's house so she can meet her grandbaby. Anyway, so they bail out Reg. And so Candace said that, she was talking to Terry. And so they figured out that Terry is Alicia. And so when Red said that I'm gonna get my lick back. Basically, I'm gonna get my lick back. So he gonna get his lick back. Okay, so Victor and Tiff finally make it to the hospital. Now, what I don't understand is that fourth of all, if they didn't go to the emergency room to say this lady is in labor, why did he not get her wheelchair when he got in there? sit here while I get you a wheelchair. Okay? But no, I don't even know why but they going to, I guess, labor and delivery. I don't know. But I don't know why she wasn't in a wheelchair, but she is not. She walking, and they get into the elevator, and the elevator, of course, stops, and she delivers in the elevator. Okay, with Victor delivered this baby in the elevator. Okay, and then once the elevator start running again, now they got a wheelchair for her. They got people outside, taking the baby and all that other stuff. Now they got a wheelchair. I don't know why they ain't had a wheelchair in the first place, but they got a wheelchair. So she delivered the baby in the elevator, and Keisha delivered this baby in this water. Okay, with Emmett. Okay, so Bakari was talking to Professor Gardner. Professor Gardner saying, he's talking about the editing process, that, you gotta get it editing. And so Bakari was like, how long that's gonna take? He was like, as long as it take, he said, as long as it takes, son. And he said, he said, with all due respect, I'm not your son. And so Professor Gardner was like, yeah, I'm sorry. He was like, you just filling a void that has been empty for so long. And then Bakari felt bad about, saying he not his son and stuff. It is what it is, because his son died. We never knew what his son died of, though. But whatever the case may be, his son died. And so Bakari was filling the void of his son right now. Okay. Moving on. Pastor Zeke and Carolyn are moving in, but they ain't going to sleep in the same bed. Okay. Moving on. Okay. Now, Jada. She looking like death on a soda cracker, okay? She looking like death on a soda cracker, okay? That makeup team did her. She looking like a zombie. Literally looking like a zombie. I was like, okay, I think y'all overdid it on this makeup, but that's fine. That's fine. But she make it over there just to see her granddaughter Jada, because they named her Jada. And she was holding her, and then she gave her back to, Keisha or whatever. And then she just laid down, and then she transitioned. Moving on. All right, so Reg getting his lick back, okay, by breaking into Alicia's house and robbing it. Don't Alicia got cameras? She got that big house. She ain't got no cameras in that house. She ain't got no cameras, okay. But he's stealing everything, stealing her money, stealing her purses and her fur and stuff like that. And so, because Candace got her out the house, so Candace meets her, and she was talking. Alicia and Candace was talking, and Candace told her she's a predator, and she thinks that she is prey. And then Alicia leaves. Meanwhile, Reg is tearing up her house. So Reg gets a text from Candace saying she on her way back. He hightails it out. Hannibal picks him up. He hightails it out. And so then she comes back, and she calls Tiff and said, we were robbed. Okay. So Lene wants Bakari to move in because I was just like, how she moving into this house with the newlyweds? How is she moving somebody in, even though the house is hers? It's Lene's house, because Kevin and Keisha's mama gave the house to Lene. But she gonna get her own apartment and move out, and she want Bakari to move in with her. But Bakari is scared of Nuck, so he can't move in with her because Nuck is he's scared of Nuck basically. Okay, so like I said, Alicia calls Tiffany and said that the place was robbed. And so she said, where are you? She said, I'm in the hospital. I just gave birth. She said, what you name it? She said, Rob Jr. Oh. She said, Rob Jr. Okay. They got Jada and Rob Jr. Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. And so, she was just like, well, I'm on my way. And then
surprise, motherfucker.
Rosalind show up. Oh, Rosalind show up and with the gun again. She said, did you kill Duda? And she said, no, Nuck did it. And so she said, Nuck said that Bianca lured Duda to the cigar bar and you were there. She was like, that was the plan. And then she unloaded on she unloaded on her. Okay. So Alicia, she transitioned just like Jada did. Ooh, okay. Yeah, okay. So she transitioned just like Jada did, okay? So then Tiff texted Nuck and said, can you look into this, because Alicia said, we've been robbed. So he said, I'm on it. So he go in and see where Alicia laid out on the ground and the whole house is, in shambles. And he look in and came right back out. He was like, I ain't got nothing to do with this. I'm out. So then Shad is sleeping with Nora. Okay. And so they make a date for tonight. So I don't think she gonna make it on that date, but they make a date for tonight. All right. So Shad go to work, okay, and see Alicia laid out. Okay, she been laid out since last night, so that body is cold. Okay. That body is cold. Instead of him calling the police because he is her security, he is her security. Okay. So he ain't in trouble because he is in her security. Okay. Okay. So instead of calling the cops, he called Victor. Okay. And Victor come over. Okay. So Red is splitting up all Alicia money with all his crew. Where Jackie at? Jackie still ain't in the crew no more. Did you kick Jackie out of the crew? What happened with Jackie? But he split it up with Keith, Hannibal, and Candace. Okay, all her money, purses, and the fur. Okay. Nuck tells Bakari Alicia's dead, and Bakari was like, well, did you kill her? He was like, no. He said, I went over there because Tiff asked me to go. And so he was like, then Bakari was like, well, who would want to kill Alicia? And he was like, I don't know.
Why the fuck you lying?
Right. Why the fuck you lying? You know who wanted to kill her. You know. Anyway, so when Victor goes over to Alicia's house, and he come in and he was like what, and then he was like, we need to move the body over there. He was like, no man, I ain't moving nothing. No, I'm not. This is not. So but then Shaw talked Victor into moving the damn body. He tried to move the body, and then the cops come, and then they come out with bloody hands. They come out with bloody hands. Okay.
You stupid.
Right, you stupid. So that was the end of the season. Okay, so we need to find out what happened. Well, we know what happened with Alicia, but what happened with Victor and Shad? The babies are born. Little Rob, Rob Jr. and Jada, and we're gonna see if Darnell get with Riley. Damien already with Zuri. We'll see what happened. Is the Bakari gonna get away from Nuck? What's gonna happen to Nuck? Okay. What else we got going on? Bakari and his paper, his not his paper, his book. We're gonna see what happened with that. What else we got going on there? Yeah, I think so. I don't know what else. Tracy gonna leave. She ain't got no storyline anyway. So, okay, so we'll see you next season. Okay. But for right now, you give me a thumbs up, like and share and comment and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.